What's going on, guys? I have been up working for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. I don't know. I went on a 10-mile run today, took a shower, and today I've started the hand. The hand is looking, it's coming. It's coming really good, close. I have the top part of the hand, and I still need to do the phalanges. So once I get those done, we'll be done with the hand, ready to move the arm. The arm, like I said, should go pretty damn fast. The hand is a complicated beast. There's so many joints on the hand. It's ridiculous. I'm working on it right now. I'm hoping to get the phalanges done and show them to you guys today. I hope to get the hand done. I'm pretty close right now. Maybe a little iffy on getting it completely done, but I'm just running 10 miles really makes you tired. I tell you what. Ugh. So hopefully we'll get it done. But if not, we'll definitely get it done tomorrow. But I'm gonna go work and then I'll show you guys what I'm working on. It is looking pretty cool. So, all right, guys, let's take a look at what's happening here. I didn't get as much done as I want. I didn't get any of the phalanges done. I have this little bit of shit right here going on. I got a little bit of it started, but I don't really have it completely figured out as much as I wanted to, and part of that is I wanted to weld the phalanges. These are phalanges. All of the things at the end. They're also on your feet. Phalanges, medical term. I studied this stuff in college. That's why I know it. I mean, I've studied it since then too, for this, but that's why I know this. Anyway, what I was gonna do was I was trying to make the phalanges out of metal, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. So I'm working on this thing down here that might need to be milled, and maybe I can use Tim's miller to get it figured out. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I'm not sure if that's feasible or not, but let me show you what I got so far, and we'll see that. This part I like a lot. This part looks good. I can always go back to doing the phalanges out of plastic, and then giving them a Kevlar or carbon fiber composite on the outside. The problem is and then spray paint them, and they can be really shiny. Problem is I know they're going to bang up because of the fucking hands. I mean, they're going to get destroyed, and they're going to be, that black plastic underneath is going to show up, and it's just not going to look pretty forever. And it's one thing to have, like, metal looks good when it gets banged up, but painted plastic looks shitty when it gets banged up. So maybe it's just a vanity thing, but it would just be cooler to have it made out of fucking metal. I'm not sure if it's possible. I might try to do it, and then if it doesn't work, try to do it out of plastic. That's always an option too. I don't know. There's a couple options. But anyway, let me show you guys what we got going on. I don't really have it jointed out yet because I haven't finished it yet, but I'll just give you a quick run through of how it works, and then I'll finish it up tomorrow and give you guys the full run through of how it works. So this joint right here, these are two different joints actually. So there's two different axes of rotation over your wrist, and this is the way your wrist bones actually work, and they're very close together, and the axes are further up here. They're like very close together, and they're like right here, and then these swivel around them. That gives you this way, this motion, and then this one right here gives you the side to side motion like that, and then the pronation and supination will come up the forearm, so that'll be part of the arm, so I'm not worried about that yet. And then coming down from that, this comes into here, into this part. This is the top of the back of the hand right here. And then we have these sliding joints that come off. Initially, on the last model, I was just going to do these in the middle where you couldn't come around. And then I figured, since I'm figuring them out and doing them anyway, I just kind of makes sense to do them on all of them. Because you could come around and do like on the side, on this finger and then on the pinky. But you can't do that on these ones in the middle without fucking digging through your hand. So unless you're getting a medical implant, that won't work for this. But I decided just to go ahead and do it on all of them because I figured it would work pretty well, and then it kind of keeps the bulk down on the side of the hands too. I mean, I could still maybe do it out in the pinky. I think for sure on here so that you have more motion in your thumb. Don't really have much going on the thumb yet, but there's going to be a smaller one of these going right here, and then so these are rotational joints. So these will be bolted in right here, and these will be rotational joints as well. So that hole right there, there'll be a bolt going through that, and that's how all that'll be held. And then there's a spacer in there, and then those will slide that way. And then these will slide, well, I guess those will hinge joint around that way, and then these will slide around that way. So that gives you this motion around that joint that's highlighted, and then this motion around this slider joint right here. So that's that motion right there. And so you get 90 degrees, so you won't be able to go past like that, but that's okay. You don't really need to be able to do that, but you'll be able to come all the way down to 90 degrees, which should be plenty. And because there'll be some fabric on the inside too, so your hand could potentially go a little further than that if it had to, while this only is going to 90. And then this part is kind of neat here. There's a very small slider joint here, if you see, right in here, which is kind of cool, and that gives you opposition. So this is opposable thumbs. This is what opposable thumbs means. It means your thumbs can oppose and touch your pinky, and that's what opposition means. So your thumb does most of the work, but your pinky and then your ring finger do a little bit of the work. And so those right here are on their own joint, and they only slide out I think at the most like 10 degrees. It's not very far. They don't move very far, but the idea is just give a little motion in there, and I'm working on some kind of idea for like maybe a little bit of a hook that'll go in here and give it just a little bit more, like a little bit more support, because it's not very well supported with it up here. So less of a full joint, maybe like a smaller little thing that's got just like a single kind of bar going through it to kind of just hook it together down there. I'm thinking about something like that right now as well. And then from here, this part, so this would bolt on right here, and then so this would be the cap right here. So that'd be the cap right there, and then it would come down like this, and then that's where the finger actually starts. And then you have a similar thing going off the thumb, so this will come off, and then there'll be the joint that gives it the other direction, and then those will come up and just turn into hinge joints. So they're pretty simple joints up here. The problem is they have to be really small in order to get your fingers to be able to get even close to being able to touch. Like the most you're probably going to get is like that much anyway. You're not going to get it perfect. But what we don't want to have to do is like this is as close together as you get your fingers, because that'd be really uncomfortable to wear, and you really wouldn't have any motion in there. So they got to be able to get really about the thickness of the metal I'm cutting this out of, which is 1/8 inch metal. So that's about as thick as it can go. So I don't have the option of doing like 3 layers like this like I would normally do. That's just not an option because it'll be way too thick. If this right here was in between both of your fingers would be this far apart, and you wouldn't be able to do anything. So I'm working on that. Like I said, I already have a proven 3D printed thing right here. See, I already even 3D printed a model. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch. I made another video on it. So I already have one of those, but I don't have. But that it'll just break down. It just won't look as good. It won't be as professional. All those things. So I'm just thinking, and I can't figure it out right now, and I'm not sure. So I'll figure it out tomorrow after a good night's sleep. Yeah, guys. So we're getting there. The hand is the joints on the palm and stuff are actually looking pretty cool. It's I just got to figure out the flanges. I got to do some. I'm trying to. I think welding on something, because what I'd have to do is end up doing some really thin stuff, and welding on it might get kind of wonky because it's such thin metal. It's only supported on one part, but that's actually a problem throughout the entire suit. So I don't know if it really is as much of a problem as I'm making it out to be. Again, I don't really know, and I'm tired. I ran 10 miles a day. I don't know if this. I don't know. So I'm gonna think. I'm gonna sleep on it and think about it, and I'll get back to you guys tomorrow with the flanges. You guys are awesome. Have a great time. If you're seeing this for the first time, smash the subscribe button. Why don't you? Have a good one, guys.